Hello, this is John Borman, and I am the teacher at the Graduate and Professionals at Thomas Road Baptist Church, also known as GAP. Tomorrow, we will be meeting at 9:30 a.m. in room LCA 274, and I will be opening the class at 8:30 for a time of prayer. And we will serve coffee at 9 a.m. So between 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., we'll give the class an opportunity to fellowship and to get to know one another. Well, tomorrow we will be continuing on the topic of prayer, and we will be studying from Luke chapter 18, verses 1 through 8. In that parable that Jesus spoke, he illustrated the importance of continual prayer. As believers in Christ, we must make a habit of prayer. And that's what tomorrow's lesson is going to be about. Now, tomorrow's open group discussion question will be, what are some of the things that you cannot live without in this world? What are some daily habits that you have that you need on a daily basis? All of us have certain habits that we are addicted to, like coffee, soda, sugar, sodium. We're addicted to video games. We're addicted to movies. We're addicted to technology. We have all these things that we are addicted to. And these things are great. But how important are they going to be at the end of this world? Now, everyone knows that Jesus is coming back really soon. And the world is getting closer and closer to the end. Yet we have a lot of believers and a lot of secularists that is always learning, but they're far from the truth. In order to understand and seek truth, we must make prayer a daily habit, because prayer is God's power. And with God's power, our eyes are revealed to all things of what's going on. Now, everyone in this world pretty much has a cell phone. Well, without the battery charge in the cell phone, it's useless. Now, in order for our body to do physical activities, it needs food. So we eat on a daily basis to have power inside of our bodies. Well, prayer is a spirit's food. Prayer gives the spirit God's power to do all things. Last Sunday, we had a lesson called Spaceship Mountain Moving Faith. And we spoke from Matthew chapter 17, I believe. Let me check that real quick to verify it. I know the other passage was in Mark chapter 9, verses 14 through 29. And in Mark chapter 9, verses 14 through 29, it was about the disciples not able to heal the man son who was demonly possessed. And the man brought his son to Jesus, stating that his disciples could not heal him. And Jesus looked at them, "O faithless generation, how long will I be with you till you understand these things?" Well, the man was in a panic. I mean, he was so desperate that he was begging Jesus, "If thou can heal my son." Well, Jesus' response was, if thou believest, all things are possible. And what Jesus was saying is, in order for us to believe and grow our faith, we need to spend time in prayer. And after Jesus healed the man's son, the disciples came to Jesus and asked him, "Why can we not heal this?" And Jesus told them, this type of miracle comes only by prayer and fasting. Now, many of us have daily burdens that we face, and burdens that seem like it's impossible for us to overcome. And when we get into that situation, then as believers, hopefully we have our prayer life goes in a little deeper. Yet when we continue to live life like that way, we treat Jesus like he lives in a shoebox. And the only time we pull Jesus out of the shoebox is when we need him. Well, Jesus has so much more for his children than just help them to do the impossible. Jesus wants his children to be like him. And what Jesus did was he witnessed to the lost and he made disciples. And when he was ascended into heaven, Jesus gave the Great Commission. He told his disciples, go and make disciples of all nations. And for us to be effective witness like Jesus, like him, we must make prayer a habit. Now, throughout the Gospels, whenever Jesus was done healing or whenever Jesus was done preaching, he got away for a time of prayer. And that is a great example for us as we're trying to reach out to the lost. We get consumed with so many things in our life to where it begins to affect our daily time. And when it begins to affect our daily time, that means we don't spend enough time in prayer. And when we don't make a habit of prayer, then our spirit becomes weak. So, tomorrow's lesson, we're going to learn to understand the value of continual prayer. And again, tomorrow classes will start at 9:30 a.m. and we'll go to about 10:30 to 10:45 a.m. Then afterwards, we'll go into the main sanctuary at 11 a.m. and we'll listen to Pastor Fall continue his series on spring training. And I hope to see everyone tomorrow. You have a good Saturday night.